Today's shocking confirmation is sending waves through the entire global fan community. And if you are watching this right now, you need to stay with me until the very end, because what you are about to hear will keep you on the edge of your seat. The story of BTS's Jungkook and BLACKPINK's Lisa has always been wrapped in mystery, curiosity, and endless fascination. For years, fans have speculated, searched for clues, and connected every possible dot between these two icons of K-pop. And now, with the latest buzz surrounding Lisa's dazzling appearance at the Busan International Film Festival 2025 and the whispers that Jungkook has shown an unexpected seriousness toward her, the intrigue has reached a whole new level. This isn't just another rumor. It's a narrative that blends reality, perception, and the collective imagination of millions of fans worldwide. So before you scroll away, let me tell you why this might be the most gripping story you'll hear today. Imagine the scene. Lisa steps onto the red carpet at BIF 2025, her presence like a bolt of lightning across the flashing cameras. Fans scream her name, photographers capture every angle, and social media erupts within minutes. She is the moment, an international star, a fashion icon, a trailblazer who commands global attention. Just as the buzz about her outfit, her confidence, and her surprising appearance fills the media, another name quietly slips into the conversation: Jungkook. Suddenly, the narrative shifts. Suddenly, the words seriousness and unexpected begin to orbit around these two megastars, and the question becomes unavoidable. What does it mean? We know one thing for certain. When it comes to K-pop's biggest names, nothing is ever accidental. Every appearance, every choice of clothing, every small detail can spark endless discussions. Jungkook is not only the golden magne of BTS, he is an artist who has grown into a global soloist, someone who knows the weight of his every move. Lisa is not only the main dancer and rapper of BLACKPINK, she is an international figure who has conquered the fashion world, music stages, and now even film events. When these two names collide in one headline, the effect is like fire meeting gasoline. Fans across the globe can't help but wonder, did Jungkook just reveal something deeper through his actions? Stay with me, because in the middle of this story is where the suspense gets even stronger. Lisa at BIF was not just a guest. She was the highlight. Her gown, her confidence, and her aura lit up the event, and the internet is still buzzing. Meanwhile, Jungkook's name is tied to her through the mysterious phrase, unexpectedly shows a seriousness. The beauty of this situation is that it's not a blunt confirmation. It's an open-ended narrative that invites speculation. And speculation is the fuel that keeps fans watching, commenting, and sharing. The more uncertain the story, the more magnetic it becomes. Think about the past. Fans have long remembered interviews where Jungkook described his ideal type, and some connected dots with Lisa's qualities. Others recall Lisa's radiant smile when asked about friendships within the industry. Each small moment becomes a puzzle piece. Now, with BIF 2025 as the latest stage, fans are putting those pieces together with renewed intensity. Did Jungkook's recent public gestures carry a hidden message? Was Lisa's stunning presence at BIF somehow tied to more than just fashion and film? We may never know for sure, but the lack of clear answers only deepens the allure. And here's the key: this story is not only about two individuals. It's about culture, influence, and the unstoppable wave of K-pop across the globe. BTS has already shattered barriers on Billboard, at the Grammys, and in stadiums worldwide. BLACKPINK has ruled Coachella, dominated luxury fashion campaigns, and broken records in streaming. The idea of Jungkook and Lisa being linked, even in whispers, is not just about a possible relationship. It's about the symbolic meeting of two unstoppable forces, an intersection of influence that could redefine the landscape of global entertainment. But don't look away yet, because the longer you think about it, the more you realize how this narrative pulls you in. Jungkook's seriousness could mean many things. It could mean professionalism. It could mean respect for Lisa as a fellow artist at the top of her game. It could mean a shared understanding of what it means to live under the spotlight of billions. The interpretation is open, and that's exactly why it's so fascinating. Fans love the mystery. They love filling the blanks. They love being part of a story that refuses to give away its ending. Now here's the teaser you've been waiting for. Stories like this rarely end at one event. If history has taught us anything, It's that whenever two names like Jungkook and Lisa appear together, more stories follow. Social media will keep digging. Fans will keep comparing. Journalists will keep asking. And sooner or later, another headline will drop that either fuels the speculation or changes its direction entirely. That is why you cannot miss what comes next, because the chapter you're watching right now is only the beginning. Think about it. Right now, millions are typing Jungkook, Lisa, BTS, BLACKPINK, BIF 2025, red carpet, seriousness, shocking confirmation. Every keyword is trending, every post is gaining traction, and every second of attention adds fuel to the fire. This is not just about one article or one video. This is about global attention converging on two names that have already proven unstoppable. And the more the curiosity grows, the longer people stay to watch. So as we reach the final part of this story, here's what you need to do. Don't just consume the mystery, be part of it. Comment your thoughts, share your theories, and keep the conversation alive. Do you think Jungkook's seriousness is a hidden message? Do you believe Lisa's BIF appearance has a deeper meaning? Or do you see this as a powerful collision of two global icons whose every move sparks endless speculation? Whatever your view, your voice is part of this massive wave. And here's the ultimate call to action. Stay connected, because the next headline could drop at any moment. The next appearance, the next interview, the next red carpet moment. Anything could become the clue that keeps this story alive. If you've stayed with me this long, you already know how powerful curiosity can be. So hit that subscribe, turn on notifications, and never miss the next shocking confirmation. Because when it comes to Jungkook of BTS and Lisa of BLACKPINK, the story is never over. The mystery is never complete, and the world will keep watching, again and again. But now, let's pause for a moment and reflect on what is really happening here. Ask yourself this simple question. Do you truly believe that this shocking confirmation is something real, or is it carefully crafted by the machinery of media to keep your eyes glued to the screen? How much of what we consume in the endless flow of TikTok clips, YouTube videos, Twitter threads, and breaking headlines is grounded in truth? And how much is simply designed to keep us entertained, emotional, and endlessly scrolling? When you hear the words, Jungkook unexpectedly shows his seriousness to Lisa, does your mind immediately assume this is a romantic revelation, or do you question whether it could be a metaphor, a misinterpretation, or even a deliberate exaggeration? Are we, as the audience, complicit in fueling narratives that might have no basis in reality? Isn't it fascinating that a single phrase, a single headline, can dominate conversations across continents without offering any concrete evidence? What does that say about the power of words and the vulnerability of our attention? Every time we click, comment, or share, we contribute to the amplification of stories whose truthfulness we cannot always verify. Does that make us victims of sensationalism or active participants in the game of virality? Should we hold the media accountable for drawing us into speculation, or should we hold ourselves accountable for craving the drama that speculation provides? Perhaps the more uncomfortable question is this: would we still be interested if the story were stripped of its mystery, if it were revealed to be nothing more than a simple coincidence? Or do we need the allure of the unknown to keep us invested? Think about the sources behind this narrative. Clips on TikTok showing fan theories, YouTube channels dissecting every movement, Twitter accounts posting side-by-side comparisons, and entertainment outlets publishing exclusive headlines. Isn't it worth asking how much of this is fact, and how much is fiction shaped to fit the demand of an audience hungry for excitement? If even one link in the chain is based on assumption rather than proof, doesn't that cast a shadow over the entire story? And yet, do we stop watching? Do we stop caring? Or does the thrill of the mystery override our instinct for skepticism? Here's a provocative thought. Maybe the real story is not about Jungkook or Lisa at all. Maybe the real story is about us, the viewers, the fans, the audience, who so willingly surrender our attention to narratives that blur the line between reality and fabrication. Why do we crave these tales? Why do we long for confirmation when deep down we know the truth is far less glamorous than the rumor? Could it be that we prefer the drama of uncertainty over the clarity of reality? And this brings us to the heart of the matter. What responsibility do we have as consumers of media? Should we demand evidence before believing, or should we accept that entertainment has its own rules where truth is secondary to excitement? Can we strike a balance between enjoying the thrill and practicing caution, between letting our imaginations run wild and keeping our minds grounded in skepticism? Isn't it possible that the healthiest way to engage with these stories is not to fully believe nor to completely dismiss, but to hold them at arm's length, enjoying the narrative while reminding ourselves that it may be nothing more than a crafted illusion? So here's my challenge to you. Reflect on your own reaction. When you first heard this headline, did your heart race with excitement, or did your mind pause with doubt? Do you want the story to be true because it entertains you, or because you genuinely believe in its authenticity? And if it turned out to be nothing but a sensational script, would you feel betrayed, or would you still enjoy the ride? At the end of the day, the responsibility lies not only in the hands of those who create the content, but also in the hearts of those who consume it. As long as we remain aware, as long as we continue to question, as long as we refuse to blindly accept every headline that flashes across our screens, we can protect ourselves from being misled while still savoring the thrill of the spectacle. The next time you encounter a story like this, ask yourself, is this fact or is this fantasy? Is this news or is this noise? And most importantly, are you willing to look deeper than the headline, even if the truth is far less exciting than the story you wanted to believe? Thank you for staying with me through this reflection. Your thoughts matter. Share your perspective, challenge the narrative, and keep the discussion alive. Because in a world where headlines can be crafted as easily as they can be consumed, your ability to think critically may just be the most powerful confirmation of all.